Priscilla? Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Amy, it's 10:05 a.m. And Priscilla, go ahead and go through the agenda, please.
All right.
You can be the MC, Priscilla. Go ahead.
Right. Roll call.
Mr. Davis. Mr. Quesada.
Present.
Mr. Freitas. Priscilla, you said Mr. Freitas is on the...
Yes, he is still on the call.
Okay, Mr. Freitas is present. Let the record reflect that we do have a quorum for today's meeting. Thank you very much. Next item, Priscilla.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item is the approval of agenda and previous meeting minutes.
Okay, members of the board, as stated, we are in a power outage right now. The majority of our city, I believe, is in power outage, certainly our neighborhood. We are currently in a shelter in place with the students. Everything is fine. Students are acting, really calm and going about their business. But I am going to ask that we adjust today's agenda and only take care of business when it comes to action items. And if we could please table my superintendent's report that does not have any action items until next month. That way I can get back to the management of the school. So I please ask you to make that adjustment. Also, you have previous minutes that were emailed to you from our last meeting in January. So if you need to take another few minutes to go over that, when you all are ready, we can entertain a motion to approve the previous minutes and approve today's agenda with my recommendation that we table the superintendent's report and only take care of the action items on today's meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting and to change the agenda due to the situation at hand where we just handled the action items today. We'll follow up on the superintendent report and action items at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Quesada. Thank you, Mr. Davis, for making that second. Seeing no opposition, the motion is unanimously approved.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the open forum.
Okay, Ms. Priscilla, I believe Ms. McNeely is on the waiting room, Zoom room.
I did just admit someone.
Okay, sounds good. Hello, Ms. McNeely, how you doing?
Hello.
I know you're dealing with the power outage as well, so.
Yeah, it was crazy, pitch dark in our office. We don't have much outside, so sorry for being late.
No, that's okay. Thank you for getting on. Just to catch you up a little bit, I did ask the board to revise the agenda and table the superintendent's report. So the agenda has been revised up to this point, and we're just going to take care of the action items and then do adjournment. So that's where we're at this point. So thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Okay, we are on the public input. We are here at the school. There's nobody here that would like to provide public input, and Ms. Priscilla can confirm in the Zoom room that there's no members of the public waiting for their opportunity.
That's right.
Okay, so Priscilla, we can move on to the next agenda item.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the discussion and/or action on fiscal. As Mr. Martinez did point out, we will table, I'll table the monthly financial presentation because that does take a little bit of time. So we will move on to item B, which is the action items, beginning with our bars, and I'll get those pulled up. All right, so the first bar that we have up for approval is a simple maintenance bar for $4,894. This is budget maintenance to move into our salaries and benefits. We did have an RFR that came back from innovation zones where the award period was not matching up to our payrolls that were run at the beginning of the year. So a portion of salaries for our work-based learning coordinator did have to be removed. So this is just accounting for that transition from the one fund to the other. The next bar that is up for approval is Fund 24172. This is maintenance to increase budget for student and professional memberships, as well as spring competition registrations for our CTSOs. And to do that, we are asking to decrease the budget line for supplies and materials. And this is for $215. All right, the next item on our action item agenda for fiscal is our 24-25 fiscal audit. So I'm going to pull that up now. And these were also included in the Google Drive folder for the governing council to review. So this is, I did pull specifically Las Montañas Charter. This next file is the entire PED audit. It's 2,000 pages, so I did pull just our financials. Those are uploaded in the governing council folder, so you're more than able to access all of that information if you'd like to go through. But simply going over our findings, I do want to point out last year we did have 5. This year that decreased to 3. 2 that are other non-compliance findings and 1 material weakness. So if we go back to the audit here, just wanted to show just kind of the material weakness definition, and it is the most severe of findings. We did just have one, and I highlighted it there for the governing council's viewing. But if you go through in the entire PED audit, it will list every one of the findings that were identified throughout the audit for each LEA, and goes through each of the findings and what they mean. So again, this year we did have 3. I highlighted them there. 2 areas of non-compliance and 1 material weakness. So go back to the findings here. Our first finding is the non-compliance one. This is generally what we've kind of transitioned to into the budget reports in reporting by function. So I believe we're already on path to get this finding cleared up. But there is additional information if you'd like to go through that finding. There were a couple funds that were over budget in those functions. So that is the first one. You'll see our management's response is also included and highlighted in yellow. Our material weakness is due to our financial close and reporting. During the audit, the auditors found that we had 5 funds that had surpluses, and this is due to the financial close and reporting in our fund balances and reconciliation. So in order to get these balances to reconcile, we will have to get a permanent cash transfer approved for each of these amounts in order to reconcile them to 0 and move these amounts into our operating account. So,
Priscilla, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Can you check if Ms. Gonzalez is on the call waiting? I think she's on the call.
Okay, I just did.
Hi guys, I'm in.
Okay.
Hi everybody. Sorry, had small little catastrophe with the power, but I'm on.
I know, all of us.
Yep.
Just to kind of catch you up, we've revised the agenda today and made a motion for revision, and it got approved to just go through our action items, which Priscilla is on right now. We're going to table the rest of the agenda, including the superintendent's report for next month.
Okay, great. Thank you guys.
Okay, she's in the middle of going to go over the audit findings.
Yes. Okay. And we're on
go ahead, Priscilla.
finding number 2. So as I explained, we did have some surpluses in these funds, which we will have to submit a permanent cash transfer form to PED. If that's approved, that means that we can move each of these amounts into our operating account. So each of these funds will be reconciled at zero. In the deficits, it's a little different, where we would possibly end up in a payback situation to PED. I believe it's the same process as the permanent cash transfer, but if it is denied, that would mean a reversion back to PED in these amounts.
Oh, it's power's back up.
Oh, nice.
Sorry.
Oh, good. Okay. Not here yet, but nice.
Okay, I'm on El Paseo. Power's up now.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
All right, so moving on to the last finding. This is an area of non-compliance, which is the least severe of all findings, the 2 and then the 1 material weakness. So this was improperly coding in our revenue. There were 2 instances where our CTSOs received funding from an outside source, and it was coded to fees and activities, where our auditor did recommend the correct coding is 41920 for contributions and donations from private sources. So there was just, those 2 instances of improper coding, but overall, I do believe that we are in a good position as far as decreasing our audit findings each year. And we, no fraud or misuse of funds was identified. I do think that the audit suggests we need, internal controls and financial monitoring processes to be strengthened. But I feel that's an ongoing thing and something that we are proactively doing here at Sendero. Does anyone have any questions about the audit or the findings?
And I will also add that if you, look back to historical audits over the past 5 years, that this has been the cleanest one that we've had in a while. So there definitely has been a lot of improvements that we have made, as a board, as an organization, and Priscilla in particular has worked really hard at that. So, I'm comfortable. Obviously not, we'd love to have 0 findings, but I'm comfortable with the direction of our audit results and that we've had the last few years and the improvement that we made. So I just want to make that point. Thanks, Priscilla, again for, leading that and all the hard work.
Kaz, I have a quick question for you. I just want to make sure, were we on probation for financials when we did our renewal?
We were on a corrective action plan.
Corrective action, okay.
Or a condition.
Conditional, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
do you think that that's going to impact us?
It's going to impact us in a positive way, honestly, when they look at these findings. I know the Charter School Division has already, reviewed it. And I had just a very quick conversation with them, and they were satisfied with the audit results. So, we'll kind of readdress that with Dan Hill and the CSD and the PEC to see if we can get that condition, off at the end of the year. That is a possibility.
Yes, how many findings did we have?
Mr. Davis, we had 3. We had 1 material weakness and 2
Other non-compliance.
Other non-compliance. Yep.
And I do
good improvement.
No. No. Yep.
And I do have up on the screen the schedule of the prior year audit findings. So this is the list of findings that we had from last year. There were 4. And we did, clear one of those up. So yeah.
So what you're saying is the findings that we had this year are very much correctable.
Yes, sir. And yes, Mr. Davis. And also they're, the kind of least severe of the categories of findings. Yeah.
Okay, minimum. Okay, yeah, all right.
All right. So I will move on to the last action item, which is our permanent cash transfers. I did go over that in the audit. What I have up now on the screen is just the form that we're populating to submit to PED, listing each of those amounts listed in the audit. So this will be submitted to PED for approval once we have governing council approval. That is all I have for fiscal. I can answer any questions if there are any others, but other than that, that's it.
All right. Does anybody have any more comments or questions? Okay, if not, we can entertain a motion. Priscilla, go ahead and just recap the agenda, please, for items that need to be approved.
Right, so action items under fiscal include item A, bars for Fund 27502, Fund 24172, item B, the 2024-2025 audit, and item C, permanent cash transfers.
Okay, we can entertain a motion to approve those items, please.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Davis, for that motion.
Second.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Ms. McNeely, I believe. Was that you?
Yes. Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Ms. McNeely, for the second. Ms. Gonzalez?
Seeing motion, no opposition, motion carried.
All right. Thank you very much. And Priscilla, that's all the action items, correct?
Yes.
Okay, everybody, I appreciate your flexibility in making the revisions to the agenda today, so we can get back to. Actually, we did get power back as well, so kids
Nice.
might be a little disappointed. They were kind of having fun in the dark, but make sure they all get back to business as usual. So I'm going to go and take care of that, and we are ready for adjournment.
Thanks. Bye, everybody. Oh,
Thank
you don't
you.
have to motion to adjourn. Thanks, everybody.
No, right.